What's up guys, Jim here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to today's dose of transfer gossip. Today is the Friday, the 11th of August. Now I know you're all probably sat thinking, Ross, where's the video this morning at 7:30? This is not the normal schedule. I know that, I apologise, but I wasn't feeling too great basically. So I was like, you know what, let's delay it a little bit and hope you guys understand. I think it's the first time so far summer transfer window out of 77 episodes. But the schedule itself will return back to normality tomorrow, 8 PM on Saturday. That's the next episode will be. And today is going to be a good day because it is Friday, of course. We've got a lot to get through in today's episode, but the Premier League is officially back tonight. But anyway, just before we get started, as always, if you could show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome. Remember, 1,000 likes is the title for today's video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to click subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the notifications tab next to it to receive notifications about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question today, who do you think is going to win the Premier League this season? Let me know your answers down below in the comment section. But now, let's jump on to confirm deals. The very first one is a player, honestly, I can't pronounce his name properly, but I think it's Zandal. And he was actually a free agent, so it's a free transfer to Sporting Gijon in Spain. Then we go on to a couple in the MLS. The very first one is Luis Gil going to Colorado Rapids from Querétaro, Mexico for an undisclosed fee. Then we move on to Dylan Powers going to Orlando City from Colorado Rapids, a trade deal. Again, it probably involves some draft picks. Then we move on to Ali Ghazal going to Vancouver Whitecaps from a team in the CSL, the Chinese Super League, called Guazhou Zhengzhou, and it's a free transfer. Then we move on to Lucas Milano going to Estudiantes in Argentina from Portland Timbers on loan deal for the season. He is followed by a centre-back called Naldo going to Espanyol in Spain from Krasnodar in Russia for an undisclosed fee. Stevie May has joined Aberdeen in Scotland from Preston North End, again, undisclosed fee. And now we've got a player I think back on FIFA 13 was very good in game, Adrian Lopez going to Deportivo La Coruña from FC Porto, a loan deal for the season. Another Spaniard on the move today is going to Mark Muniesa of Stoke City, going on loan to Girona FC for the season. Then we go on to Timothy Fossey Mensah, finally being announced as a Crystal Palace player for the season, on loan from Manchester United. Then Marco Terrazino has joined SC Freiburg from Hoffenheim for £2.25 million. Gabriel Silva has joined Saint Etienne in France from Udinese, again for £2.25 million. A player called Paul Arriola has joined DC United in the MLS from Club Tijuana in Mexico for £2.61 million. Then we move on to a welcome to Besiktas player, Gary Medel. Or the whole come to Besiktas meme that actually uploaded the video of it earlier, and he's joined them from Inter Milan for a fee of €3 million. Bruno Martins India is officially a Stoke City player now on a permanent basis from FC Porto for a fee of around £7 million. Then move on to Roberto Soldado, completing a switch to Fenerbahce from Villarreal, and the fee, I'm not sure where it actually is. Some sites have said €7 million and others £4.5 million. But like I said before, he's now officially a Fenerbahce player. And next up, we've got Martin de Roon going to Atalanta from Middlesbrough for a fee of £13 million. I think last year, he actually left Atalanta to go to Borough. Jordan Amavi has completed a switch to Marseille from Aston Villa, a loan deal for the season. I think also on top of that, there's an option to buy in there. Although the option to buy hasn't been fully confirmed, I'm pretty sure sites the other day were suggesting it. And the final confirmed today is going to be a very sweaty one for FIFA 18, is Cuerdo going to Brighton. This card right here, by the way, on FIFA 17 is one of the only cards in the whole game which has 99 acceleration as well as 99 sprint speed. And now he has joined Premier League new boys Brighton from Club Brugge in Belgium for a club record fee of £16 million, subject to a medical. And I can guarantee he'll be used so much on FIFA 18 at the very start, in foot champs and whatnot, he'll just fit cheap Premier League teams and be very, very fast. And now let's move on to potential deals. The very first one is currently a free agent, that's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And just a couple of hours ago, Jose Mourinho has confirmed that Manchester United are in talks to re-sign him. And I imagine they'll re-sign him when he's fully fit. Next up, we go on to Isco, and according to AS today, Isco has signed a new 5-year deal at Real Madrid with a whopping €700 million or £634 million release clause. Now you've got to assume from now on Real Madrid and Barca, with the release clause they put in players' contracts, they're going to make them absolutely astronomical because of the Neymar situation. Like I imagine Barca were very confident no team in the world could afford €222 million for Neymar, but then PSG came along and paid it all up front. And I'm very sure according to Sky Sports News, Hull City rejected a bid of £5 million from Burnley for midfielder Sam Clucas. And now according to Daily Mail, Antalyaspor are plotting a bid for Manchester City midfielder Sam Menagerie, who looks set to leave the club this summer. Now does that surprise me? Absolutely not, because at Man City, he's not going to get a first team chance, they've got such a stacked squad now, and last year he was sent out on loan to Sevilla, and I think some games are actually very good, others I'm not too sure. And according to reports in Germany today, Southampton have made a €22 million offer for Kevin Wimmer, which has been rejected by Tottenham. And the Van Dijk situation has been going on for the whole transfer window so far, and Kevin Wimmer, he could be seen as a potential replacement. Next up, we move on to Joe Allen, and according to BBC Sport today, Swansea have made an inquiry for Stoke midfielder Joe Allen, and they've been told he's not for sale. He used to play for Swansea until he left them back in 2012 to join Liverpool for a fee, I think, in the region of £15 million. West Ham are interested in signing William Carvalho from Sporting, who's got a £40 million release clause. And the Daily Mail have said that Sporting midfielder William Carvalho is subject to a £25 million bid from West Ham. And the thing about William Carvalho is the last 3 or 4 years or so, he's been to so many Premier League teams, and the first one I think was Arsenal, probably about 2013. But now finally he could make the move to West Ham, we'll have to wait and see. Next though, go on to Falcao, and according to France Football today, Monaco have rejected a €30 million offer from Milan for Falcao. Now Milan have already signed Andre Silva so far this summer, that's a very good transfer in itself, but they're looking for a second striker, and they have been linked to a lot of them, including Aubameyang, Belotti and Falcao. And now we move on to an interview from Danny Rose talking about Tottenham and their wage structure as well as their transfer business. So it came out yesterday on Sky Sports that apparently Danny Rose wants to join Chelsea and Manchester United this summer if Tottenham are prepared to sell him. And then we saw the interview itself, and what I'll do, because it's a pretty long one, I'll talk about the key points. So at first he addresses Tottenham's transfer business so far and says he'd like to see 2 or 3 new signings and not players you have to Google to see who they are. And he wants well-known players, and next time he talks about his wage, and he says I'll make sure I get what I'm worth as of everyone on my team. And he's also worth more than he's currently getting. I'm reaching my peak and I probably have 1 big contract left in me. I'll say this too, I'll play up north, I don't know exactly when, but I'll get back up north. And time is running out and I want to win trophies. I don't want to play for 15 years and not have 1 trophy. And then we also saw a chart of Tottenham's current squad list and how much each player is earning. And the list itself isn't fully up to date. I'm pretty sure it's taken from this time last year because most players, they have signed new deals since then. But for example, it says Danny Rose £30,000 per week, a 5-year deal until 2021. Now I know 30 grand a week is a lot of money, but for a footballer, especially for a team at the moment which are pushing for a Premier League title, £30,000 per week really isn't too much in comparison to players in other squads around them. And the fact that Sissoko, who they bought last year, is earning £95,000 per week, which according to the list is nearly double what Dele Alli earns. And the Daily Mail have done an article today saying Tottenham stars are lining up to leave because of the club's pay structure. Most of their top players have realised if they go to another team right now, they'll earn probably double what they're currently on. So that interview was released yesterday, but today, there's actually a statement from Danny Rose apologising. Now how it's written as well as how it's worded, I think it may have been written for him. But either way, it could be one to watch out for, and according to Manchester Evening News today, Danny Rose and Perisic are Manchester United's targets for the remainder of the transfer window. And next up, the Daily Express is saying Barca are ready to pay the release clause of Asensio from Real Madrid, which apparently is £72 million, but that's actually outdated. Reading up on it a little bit, I'm pretty sure he signed a new deal, and the clause itself isn't 72 million anymore, it's like 350. And now we've got some news from Dembele which happened yesterday, and it's pretty mad. So the day actually started off with the Borussia Dortmund manager saying that Dembele, he didn't show up to training and he's not answering his phone. And that's when the rumours really started to flood in. So one source did say that Dembele was in Paris awaiting permission to fly to Barcelona to complete his transfer. And then Dortmund officially announced they rejected a bid from Barca for Dembele. It says Barca's €100 million bid for Dembele was rejected because it did not correspond to the player's extraordinary abilities. And they basically put that message out also to the stock market. And then Sky Germany said that Dembele is already on his way to Barcelona despite Dortmund rejecting the Spanish giant's first bid. And it does seem that Dortmund aren't tolerating his behaviour right now because they've actually banned him or suspended him from training as well as games. And you've got to assume on top of that, there's also a massive fine. And the final one today actually happened just a few hours ago, and the day itself did start off pretty well. I opened up Twitter and saw that Liverpool put a statement from FSG saying, "We wish to offer clarity as regards to our position on a possible transfer of Coutinho. The club's definitive stance is that no offers for Felipe will be considered, and he will remain a member of Liverpool Football Club when the summer window closes." And that's when stuff really started hitting the fan, because just like 1 hour after that, some rumours saying potentially Coutinho had handed in a transfer request. But then first up, the Echo did say Liverpool, they tweeted saying he had requested to leave. And at this point in time me recording, the latest thing we've heard is Liverpool have rejected Felipe Coutinho's transfer request, and FSG's statement from this morning, it still holds. And some other sources are saying Coutinho told the club 3 days ago he wouldn't play against Watford. They also say the back injury apparently it's not true. And finally, the transfer request itself came in at 1 PM today via email. Right, so my opinion on the transfer request itself. So first up, I don't really blame him too much because if he wants to go to Barca, fair enough. He does deserve to go to Barca at some point, but this season, I wasn't expecting it. Next year, I was fully expecting it. And I'm also fully aware that nowadays, unfortunately, transfer requests themselves, they're part of modern day football. I think one of the worst bits about it is simply the timing, one day before we kick off our Premier League season against Watford. I'm somewhat torn because the first bit, I don't agree with keeping players that are unhappy. But on the other hand of it, even if we get a lot of money for Coutinho, who do you even buy to replace him at this point in time? I think that's the predicament we're currently in because right now we're still after Keita, we're still after Van Dijk. If we bring in both of them and sell Coutinho, it does soften the blow a little bit, but still, you have to replace Coutinho. But one thing you can guarantee is that between now and transfer deadline day, there's going to be a lot of rumours surrounding Liverpool. And that is going to be the final one for today's video, guys. So as always, if you enjoyed it, show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. Remember, 1,000 likes is the target for today's video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and press the notifications tab next to it to receive notifications about my videos. If you missed yesterday's video, down below in the description box. And today's question of the day, who do you think is going to win the Premier League this season? So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.